Welcome back. James Wilhite is here of Wilhite Landscaping this Thursday morning. Thanks for stopping by.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
And we got you just in time because a lot of people are still working on those New Year's resolutions. Maybe eating healthier is on their list of things to do this year.
And I have the perfect solution for that.
Of course you do.
You know, we so many times think we want to, man, I want to garden. I need to be gardening. I should be growing my own vegetables. And what could be better than growing your own stuff? You know exactly where it came from, exactly what was put into it, and exactly what was put onto it. So there's nothing more perfect if you're looking to improve your diet than growing your own stuff. And kids love it when they see something that's grown and then they get to harvest it and eat it. It just makes that whole connection of the cycle of life. You know, where do things come from? Milk does not come from a jug. So I thought, let's start with a little discussion on how to start. So we're going to talk a little bit about starting vegetables. Now, there's a lot of different types of seeds out there, and for the most part, all of what we'll talk about can be started directly in the garden plot. But if you want to get a little jump start, we can start directly in a potting soil, let the plant get a little bigger, and then we have a jump start on the year. Right now, it's a little early to be planting a lot of stuff unless you can find cabbage or lettuce or broccoli. That's a perfect time for that. Onions, it's a perfect time to get your onions in the ground. Getting real close to the time to go ahead and get those potatoes in the ground. That's about mid-February usually. This year with this weather, I would say probably the 1st of February. And we'll talk about that before the month is over, but let's talk a little bit about how would you get started. I've simply taken a tray and I put potting soil in it. Now, keep in mind, if potting soil is dry, this is not, but if it were dry, it becomes hydrophobic. That just simply means that it wants to shed the water instead of taking it on. So you have to put a little bit of water on it and then massage that into the soil. Make the soil take it. Then you can water it again and voila, it just absorbs it. It's like magic. So if we're going to start, I'm going to make just a couple of little troughs in here, and then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of seed in there. I'm not going to overdo it, but I'm not going to try and count out one seed per cell. Then I'm going to cover that up, keep it moist, and in a couple of weeks I'm going to wind up with this. And I've got a jump start. I've got a great jump start. Once I wind up with this, gosh, what do you do with that? That's a lot of little plants.
Yeah.
Well, don't be bashful. Go ahead and pull them out and individually put them in a single cell by themselves and let them go ahead and mature out just a little bit until you're ready to put that in the garden. Now, you can do this in a container. There's nothing more enjoyable than a patio container that has some flowers and some edibles in it. You get to eat directly out of your patio, and it's kind of, again, that fun connection between the cycle of life and what we consume. So it really is just as easy as that. Tendency is when we first seed in there, we're going to seed way too many seeds. Don't leave them too many. It's like being in a crowd, shoulder to shoulder. It's fun for a few minutes, but after a while that gets real tiresome. So don't be afraid to pluck them out individually. Put the plants individually in individual cells. You don't have to be afraid. You're not going to really hurt them. You'll notice I'm not babying them. I'm kind of pushing them down. Put them in individual cells and grow them out and enjoy a good garden.
All right, James, great advice. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Next week we'll talk about potatoes.
Potatoes, looking forward to it. I love me some potatoes.